One of my other favorite websites is bitcoinsperperson.com. Now, the reason why I show you the gold and stuff like that, because a lot of people are gold stackers and they think gold is the hardest money in the world. And it's not. Because again, this is your fair share of Bitcoin right here. 200 or Satoshi's 244,757. Do you know how many ounces of gold there are, by the way? No. Do you know how many were mined today? No. Do you know how much stockpile of gold we have? No. Do you know what's in the ground, in our solar system, in the water, in caverns? Nobody knows, right? But this right here is a fixed supply of 19.8 million Bitcoin. That's it, guys. Out of all these people, almost 8.1 billion people. And again, to get that fair share right here, it only going to cost you $236 today. And again, I always tell people to get to a million Satoshis, and a million Satoshis today will cost you $1,000 in cut bucks. That's it, guys. So again, like the great Satoshi Nakamoto says, it might make sense just to get some in case it catches on. If enough people think the same way, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And obviously, adoption is getting bigger and bigger, like as we'll talk about later on in this video. All right, let's look at the Bitcoin distribution chart. The balances of BTC, meaning how many Satoshis there are right here on the left. Then you got the addresses, how many addresses of how many coins are each wallet. You got the percentages of all total addresses. You got the total number of Bitcoin right here, what it's worth in USD, and then the percentage of Bitcoin total, right? And guys, you got to look at this chart and see where you're at, man, and just keep trying to level up and keep trying to get higher and higher. Because again, this is a finite piece of the pie. When I look at this, I always look at where I'm at, and I'm like, man, how can I go to the next level? And it's getting harder and harder, guys, because again, as far as the fiat dollar goes, the fiat is worth a lot less than Bitcoin is. So again, as the months, years, cycles, and decades go on, it's going to get a lot harder. So bottom line is, make sure you get your fair share. Make sure you keep trying to level up, stack as many Satoshis as you can on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and make sure you have more than what you started with. All right, this is from River. This is another Bitcoin ownership distribution. This is just showing you in a little graphic here. This is the most important one, guy. This gold one right here. This is the individuals. We got just under 15 million Bitcoin at 70% out of the 21 million right here. And these big boys, the governments, which we'll get into a little later, the funds, the ETFs, the big boys will get into, obviously the businesses will get into, and then other entities right here that are going to be getting into it too, more and more. Satoshi Nakamoto's is in between 968 to about 1.1 million. I believe there's way more Bitcoins lost than this is estimating. And again, now we have less than this to be mined left, because this is as of December 2024. So right here is the main thing right here. This is us. And the only way these guys can get Bitcoin is through us. So we got to make sure we learn as much by studying, earn as many Satoshis as you can, and study as hard as you can. And that way you have those diamond hands so you can hodl.